Today we are going to start new topic in accounts, 4 feature of share. This is chapter number, once again, chapter number 1, issue of share. New topic is 4 feature of share. 4 feature of shares. Now, what is 4 feature of shares? Whenever shareholders fails to pay the amount of call demanded by the company, so as a disciplinary action, their shares are taken back. That process is called 4 feature of shares. Once again, whenever shareholders fails to pay the amount of installment or call, if it is not paid by shareholders, so as a disciplinary actions, their shares are taken back. This is called 4 feature of shares. Now, what is the effects of 4 features of shares? Effects of 4 feature of shares. The effects are, we have already done in CCSP subject. Effects of 4 feature of shares are: the membership of shareholders comes to an end. Membership comes to an end. First point, effects of 4 feature of share. Membership of shareholders comes to an end. Second point, name will be removed from register of members. Name of shareholders. Shareholders means whose share has been forfeited. Name of shareholders are removed from register of members. Third point, whatever amount paid by them so far, means amount paid by them so far will not be returned to them, will not be returned. Whatever amount paid by shareholder whose share has been forfeited, whatever amount paid by them will not be paid back to them. Fourth effect, total capital of the company reduces. Total capital of the company reduces because particular shareholder has not paid the full amount of share. As a result, total capital of the company also reduces. Fifth, shareholder loses the right to receive dividend. So, shareholders whose shares have been forfeited, they loses the right, not only right to receive dividend, right to receive bonus share, right to receive right shares, right to participate in meetings, right to cast vote. So all these rights they loses as a shareholder. These are the effects of 4 feature of shares. Now, what is the accounting treatment of 4 feature of share? Now, accounting treatment of 4 feature of share, we have to pass journal entry for 4 feature of share. And journal entry for 4 feature of share is share capital account debit to share forfeited account and to share calls in share calls in area. And before passing this journal entry, we have to understand whether shares are issued at par, because we have already done that shares are issued in two ways: issued at par and issued at premium. Shares are not issued at discount. Shares are issued only at par or at premium. So before passing journal entry regarding forfeiture of share, this is the entry for forfeiture of share. So before passing journal entry for forfeiture of share, we have to see in question whether shares are issued at par or premium. According to that, we have to pass journal entry. This is the entry for issue of share at par. Whenever shares are issued at par, I am writing here. This entry is for issue of shares at par. At par. Whenever shares are issued at par, in that question we have to pass journal entry for forfeiture like this: share capital account debit, to share forfeiture account, and to share calls in area. This is for forfeiture of share. Now, what value we have to take in front of share capital account? First of all, why share capital account is debited? We have already done various entries regarding issue share. For example, bank account debit, to share application, then share application account debit, to share capital. Now, in this entry, capital account is credited. Once capital account is opened, capital account of shareholder is opened, in that case capital account is credited. Again, in allotment, share allotment account debit, to share capital, once again share capital account is credited. So till then capital account is opened, it will be credited. But when shares are forfeited of any particular shareholder, his capital account needs to be closed down. That's why we are closing his capital account, or his or her capital account. That's why capital account is debited. Share capital account is debited. Then to share forfeited. Here, to share forfeited means amount paid by him will not be returned back by the company. That's why it becomes income for the company, and income is always credited. Income is always credited. That's why to share forfeited means forfeiture account is credited in this case. And last one is calls in area. To share calls in area. Why share calls in area is credited here? So before this entry, we have passed various entries for issue of share. For example, we are taking allotment. Share allotment account debit, to share capital. And if any shareholder has not paid allotment money, and what is the entry? Bank account debit, calls in area account debit. Calls in area account debit, to share allotment. Suppose any shareholder has not paid allotment money, then entry becomes bank account debit, calls in area account debit, to share allotment. So here calls in area is debited. Calls in area is debited. When we are passing journal entry for forfeiture, suppose these shares are forfeited, it means now we are not required to receive this outstanding balance from that particular shareholder. So this account will be closed down. How? In this entry it is debited, so in forfeiture entry it will be credited. It means we are closing down the calls in area account. Now we are not required to receive this money from this particular shareholder. The entry is share capital account debit, to share forfeited account, and to share calls in area. Now why share capital account is debited, why share forfeited account is credited, and why share calls in area is credited, I have already explained. Share capital account is debited because capital account is going to be closed down. Share forfeited means here whatever amount paid by that particular shareholder whose share has been forfeited, his or her amount will not be returned back. So it becomes income for the company, and income is always credited. Calls in area is already debited in previous entries, allotment or final call. That's why now we are not required to receive that calls in area from this particular shareholder, because this share has been forfeited. That's why we need to close down calls in area account also. So previous entries it was debited, so in forfeiture entry it should be credited. This entry is for forfeiture of share. After forfeiting share, these shares are again reissued to some new shareholder. So entry for reissue. Entry for reissue. Reissue of share. Now if in case of reissue of share we have two entries, two different separate journal entries. If shares are reissued, less than the face value, suppose face value of share is 10 rupees. If shares are reissued less than this value, then entry is bank account debit. We are reissuing the share, means reselling the share. So bank account will be debited because we are receiving some amount from new shareholder. Bank account debit. Share forfeited account debit to share capital. Bank account debit, share forfeited account debit to share capital. Now why bank is debited? Reason is when we are selling is reselling, reissuing the forfeited shares to some new shareholder. From that new shareholder, company receives some amount. They are receiving check. That's why they are receiving check. That's why bank will be debited. Now, what is the meaning of share forfeited here? Mostly forfeited shares are reissued at a discount. Mostly, not every time, but in most of the cases, forfeited shares are reissued at discount. Reissued at discount means reissued less than this face value. And that discount will be debited. The discount is called share forfeited because we are allowing discount on forfeited shares. That's why that discount will be debited by the name of share forfeited account. This is actually discount. And to share capital, once again, new shareholder whose account is opened in the company. So once capital account is opened, it will be credited to share capital account. So whenever capital account is opened, it will be credited. So this is the capital account of new shareholder to whom forfeited shares are reissued. So bank account debit, share forfeited account debit to share capital. And along with this entry, one more entry you have to pass: share forfeited account debit. Forfeited account debit to capital reserve. Share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. In this case, share is forfeited. And to share forfeited account is a profit for the company. How it is a profit? Whatever amount paid by the shareholder will not be returned back, so it becomes profit. Then, in case of reissue, once again, share forfeited is debited. Why it is debited? Because here we are reissuing shares at discount, and that discount becomes loss for the company. So, in the case of forfeiture of share, company is in profit, and at the time of reissuing share, if they are reissuing at discount, then at the time of reissuing share, they are in loss. So out of profit, we have to deduct the loss. If any profit remains, that profit will be transferred in capital reserve. Share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. So here net profit will be transferred. Net profit means profit minus loss. If profit remains, that will be transferred in capital reserve. So total 3 entries you have to pass. 1 entry for forfeiture and 2 entries for reissue. For forfeiture, share capital account debit, to share forfeited account, to share calls in area. Now what value we have to take here? Number of shares forfeited means forfeited shares into called up value. Which value you have to take? Called up value. Now what is called up value? Before that, I am writing here into share forfeited. In front of this, forfeited shares into paid up value, whatever amount paid by the shareholder, paid up value. And in front of policy area, forfeited shares forfeited shares into unpaid calls. Unpaid calls. So forfeited shares into called up value, 2 shares forfeited here, forfeited shares into paid up value, and then in front of 2 share calls in area, forfeited shares into unpaid calls. So entry for forfeiture once again, share capital account debit to share forfeited account, and then to share calls in arrear account. Calls in arrear account. Instead of 2 share calls in arrear, we can write the name of installment which is not paid by the shareholder. For example, if shareholder has not paid allotment, first call, then 2 share allotment, 2 share first call. In this way we can write. So entry is share capital account debit, 2 share forfeited account, 2 share calls in arrear. In front of share capital we have to take called up value. Now what is called up value? Called up value, the value, the amount of face value which is demanded by the company, that value we have to take. For example, if the value of application is 4 rupees, then allotment 3 rupees, suppose first call is of 2 rupees and final call is of 1 rupees, and suppose one shareholder whose name is A holding 500 shares has not paid allotment, then first call, then final call. It means company has demanded complete, means full 10 rupees, 4 plus 3 7 plus 2 9 plus 1 10, which value is 10, and company has demanded complete 10 rupees from A. This is called up value. So here we have to take 500 number of shares forfeited into called up value is 10. 500 into 10, 5,000. Now another example. Suppose A has purchased 500 shares, and on that 500 shares he has not paid allotment and then first call, and after first call, just immediately after first call, his shares are forfeited. It means company has not demanded final call which is of 1 rupee from A. Company has not demanded this amount from A. Up to first call, company has demanded the money. Demanded money is called called up value. It means in this case, number of shares are 500 into called up value is 4 plus 3 7 plus 2 9. 500 into 9. It means here 4,500. Next, another example for called up value. Suppose final call is of 1 rupee. Now suppose A, third example, A has purchased 500 shares. On 500 shares, A has not paid allotment, and immediately after allotment, his shares are forfeited. Now in this example, company has demanded, we are talking about A. Company has demanded from A only 7 rupees. They have not demanded first one. Reason, just immediately after allotment, his shares are forfeited. So in this case, total amount demanded by company is 7. So 500 into 7. This is called up value. Whenever shares are forfeited, after which installment, total up to total of that installment is called up value. For example, if shares are forfeited after allotment, so up to allotment total value is 7. If shares are forfeited after first call, then total value becomes value becomes 9. If shares are forfeited after final call, then value becomes total 10. This is called up value. Now 2 shares forfeited account, here we have to write paid up value. Out of called up value, whatever amount is paid by him or her, that amount, that paid up value will be shown in front of 2 shares forfeited account, and whatever amount is not paid by him or her, it will be shown in front of 2 share calls in arrear account. And after that we have to pass entry for reissue. And entry for reissue, once again, bank account debit, then shares forfeited account debit to share capital. Here capital account of new shareholder opens, that's why capital account is credited in front of bank. And along with this entry, along with the reissue entry, one more entry we have to pass, share forfeited account debit, shares forfeited account debit to capital reserve, to capital reserve. From one example, I am trying to explain all the entries. For example, company has issued 10,000 shares, and they are demanding 10 rupees. Face value of share is 10 rupees. They are demanding application of 3 rupees, then allotment suppose 3 rupees, first call 2 rupees, final call 2 rupees. One shareholder A who has purchased 500 shares has not paid allotment, then first call, and then last final call. After final call, his shares are forfeited, and then after forfeiting his shares, means 500 shares, these 500 shares are reissued at rupees 8 to some new shareholder, suppose to B, or reissue at rupees 8 to B. Now, how we have to pass entries? In front of share capital, number of shares which are forfeited 500 into quarter value. Now, here quarter value is after which installment these shares are forfeited. After final call, it means company has demanded full amount 10. So 500 into 10, it becomes 5,000. Now 2 shares forfeited account. 2 shares forfeited account means paid up value 500 into how much value he has paid. He has paid only in stock application money means 3 rupees. So 500 into 3, 1,500. And here instead of share calls in area, you can write the name of the installment which he has not paid, and he has not paid allotment, then first call, then final call. So you can write to share allotment account, then to share first call, and last to share final call. Now to share allotment. He has not paid 500 into allotment value is 3, 1,500. First call, he has not paid first call value is 2, means 1,000 rupees. Next final call he has not paid 500 into 2, again 1,000. So 1,000, 1,000, 2,000 and 3,000, 5,000. In this way you have to pass journal entry for forfeiture of share. Now comes to reissue. Now, after forfeiting these shares, 500 shares are reissued. So, to new shareholder to B at rupees 8. So, 500 into 8 means the company is receiving 8 rupees on 500 shares. 500 into 8, it becomes 4,000. And discount value is the face value of share is 10, but company is reissuing the 500 shares at rupees 8 means they are giving discount of 2 rupees. That discounted value will be shown in front of share forfeited account. 500 into 2, it becomes 1,000, and 2 share capital total 5,000. Last entry, share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. So what is the profit value? So when shares are forfeited, company has forfeited 1,500. This is 2 share forfeited. This is profit. And when they are reissuing the shares, they are in loss. Again, share forfeited, and they are in loss of 1,000. This is loss. So there is profit of 1,500, and there is loss of 1,000 rupees. 1,500 minus 1,000, it becomes 500. Share forfeited account, share forfeited account. So from share forfeited account, you have to deduct this share forfeited account. Means credit of share forfeited account, you have to deduct debit of share forfeited account. And if profit is more, then you have to transfer the amount in share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. And whenever loss becomes more than profit, for example, here 2,000. Then you are not required to transfer any amount in capital reserve. And if there is equal amount, suppose 1,500, then after passing the entry, you have to write nothing here. So in this way you have to pass journal entry. Second problem. Whenever shares are reissued more than the face value, this entry which we have passed for issue. Bank account debit, share forfeited account debit to share capital. In this way, you have passed entry for reissue. This entry is passed whenever shares are reissued at discount, means less than the face value. Suppose face value is 10 and we are selling at 7, 8, 9. Then in that case, you have to pass entry like this. But if shares are reissued more than the face value, suppose 500 shares are reissued at rupees 11, in that case entry becomes like this. Bank account debit. Now shares are reissued at rupees 11, that is called premium, more than the face value. 1 rupee is the premium. Means in this case, company is not allowing any kind of discount. That's why share forfeit account will not be debited. Instead of that, premium will be credited. Bank account debit to share capital and to security premium. So whenever shares are reissued less than the face value, in that case entry becomes bank account debit, share forfeited account debit to share capital. But when shares are reissued more than the face value, then entry becomes bank account debit to share capital and to security premium. And along with the reissue entry, we have to pass another entry, and that entry will remain same. Share forfeit account debit to capital reserve. So in this way, you have to pass entry for forfeiture and reissue. Now try to understand entry of forfeiture and reissue from one question. Question number 14, 12 and 13 we will do later on. These are short questions. Question number 14, 1-4. Question number 14. Now question is, Raj Machines Limited issued 12 lakh shares. Total number of shares they are issuing 12 lakh. Question number 14. And value of share is 10. Application value 3. Allotment value 4. And first and final call is of 3 rupees. 343. Company received application for 14,70,000. Total application they are receiving 14,70,000 shares. Excess application means here company is issuing 12 lakh shares and received 14,70,000 shares. It means they are getting excess application of 2,70,000 shares. These shares will be rejected and money received on 2,70,000 shares will be returned back to the investors to whom share has not been allotted. Next, excess application was rejected and money paid on them was refunded. Completed. Now Akash, one shareholder name Akash, who was allotted 2000 shares. Akash was allotted 2000 shares, and on 2000 shares did not pay. He has not paid allotment and final call. He has not paid allotment and then final call. Now another shareholder, Sunny S, who was allotted 1200 shares, 1200 shares, and did not pay final call money. He has not paid only final call money. Means he has paid 2 installment and Akash has paid only 1 installment. As a result, company has forfeited all the shares. All the shares means shares of Akash and shares of Sunny. They have forfeited, on which calls were unpaid, and then reissued all forfeited shares. All forfeited shares at rupees 7. At rupees 7. Now entry. First entry. Bank account debit to share application. Bank account debit to share application account. Total number of application they have received 14,70,000. So 14,70,000 into application value is 3 into 3. 14,70,000 into 3. So 14,70,000 into 3. 44,10,000. 44,10,000. 44,10,000. Next entry. Share means equity share. Equity share application account debit to share capital and to bank. In front of equity share application account debit amount 44,10,000. But in front of share capital, how much shares company is going to allot? 12 lakh. So 12 lakh into 3, 36 lakh, and remaining 2,70,000 shares will be rejected. 2,70,000 into 3, 8,10,000. 8,10,000. In this way, second entry is completed. Now entry for allotment. Equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital. Now total number of shares allotted by company is 12 lakh. So 12 lakh into value of allotment. Value of allotment is 4. So 12 lakh into 4, 48 lakh. 48 lakhs. This entry is completed. Now another entry. In case of allotment, one shareholder Akash, who was holding 2,000 shares, has not paid the allotment money. Has not paid the allotment money means falls in arrear. So entry is bank account debit. Calls in arrear account debit. Calls in arrear account debit to share allotment. To share allotment. Now total money they have to receive 48 lakh. 48 lakhs. Out of 48 lakhs, he has not paid the amount. The 2,000 shares into 4, 8,000 rupees. We have to deduct 8,000 rupees. 2,000 is the share value, and 2,000 share when it is multiplied with the value of allotment, it becomes amount. But 2,000 into 4 becomes 8,000. So 48 lakh minus 8,000, it becomes 47 lakh 92,000. So 47 lakh 92,000. 92,000. They are causing area 8,000, and total value of allotment is 48 lakh. In this way, allotment entry is also completed. The next entry is first and final call. Equity share first and final call account debited to equity share capital account. Total number of shares are 12 lakh, 12 lakh into the value of first and final call is 3. So 12 lakh into 3, 36 lakh here. 36 lakh. Entry is completed. 12 lakh into 3, 36 lakh. Now last entry again in case of first and final call. Now in this installment, two shareholders has not paid the amount. One is A, another is S. So entry becomes bank account debit calls in area account debit, calls in area account debit, and 2 equity share first and final call. Now value, total money we have to receive on first and final call is 36 lakh. 36 lakhs. Now total number of shares on which company has not received amount, 2000 shares plus 1200 means total number of shares becomes 3200. 3200 into value of first and final call is 3 into 3, it becomes 9600 rupees. 0040953 lakh 35,90,400. 35 lakh 90,400 they are receiving and not receiving 9,600, and total it becomes 36 lakh. In this way you have to pass simple entries, application entries, then allotment, then first and final call. Now forfeiture entry. Now entry for forfeiture. Now A's share is also forfeited after final call. S means Sunny's shares is also forfeited after final call. So we can pass combined entry for both because both shareholders' shares are forfeited after final call, after last installment. So entry is like this: share capital account debit to shares forfeited account, then to shares. Now name of the installments on which company has not received money. So from allotment company has not received money. So to share allotment account, and then on first and final call, to share first and final call. These are the name of those installment on which company has not received money from these shareholders A and S. To share first and final call account. Now value. Total number of shares which are forfeited 3,200. 2,000 of A and 1,200 of S. So 3,200 into called up value. Called up value means company has forfeited their shares after final call, means company has demanded full amount 10. 3,200 into 10, it becomes 32,000. Now two shares forfeited account. Here we have to show paid up value. So paid up value means how much A has paid, only one installment. Only one installment is on the application money, but 2,000 into 3. He has paid 2,000 into 3. Plus Sunny has paid 2 installments, means 3 plus 4, 7. So 1,200 into 7. 1,200 into 7. It becomes 6,000. 2,000 into 3, 6,000. And 1,200 into 7, 8,400. Total it becomes 14,400. So in front of forfeited account, 14,400. 2,400. Once again, two share forfeited means here we have to show paid up value and how much A has paid and how much Sunny has paid. A has paid only one installment. 2,000 shares he was holding. 2,000 shares into one installment means application money he has paid. But 2,000 into 3, 6,000 rupees. Sunny has paid two installments means application and allotment. Application value is 3, allotment value is 4. 3 plus 4, 7 means on 1,200 he has paid 7 rupees. So 1,200 into 7, 8,400. Total it becomes 14,400 because we are passing combining for both. Now allotment. Who has not paid allotment money? Akash. 2,000 into 4. He has not paid allotment money. 2,000 into 4. He has not paid 8,000 rupees. Now, who has not paid first and final call? Both the shareholder has not paid first and final call. Means total it becomes 3,200 shares. 3,200 shares and both of the shareholder has not paid 3 rupees. First and final value is 3. 3,200 into 3. It becomes 9,600. 9,600. And total of this becomes equal to 32,000. 14 plus 8, 22, 22 plus 9, 31 and 600 plus 4, 32. This is the entry for forfeiture of share. In front of share capital, we are going to close down the capital account of A and S. That's why capital account is debited and it is debited with called up value. Here, shareholders A and Sunny, their shares are forfeited after final call, after last installment. It means it shows that company has demanded all installments, 3, then 4, then 3, means 10. That's why quarter value becomes 10. Total number of shares held by both of them 3,200 into 10, 32,000. Forfeited, 2 shares forfeited means amount paid by them. So A has paid only one installment and S has paid 2 installment. But 2,000 into 3, 6,000 and 1,200 into 7. It becomes 8,400 and total it becomes 14,400. Then 2 share allotment. This is called arrear. Means these are the installments which are not paid by these 2 shareholders. And these 2 shareholders has not paid allotment and first and final call. A has not paid allotment. That's why 2 share allotment. And that's why we are taking only 2,000 shares because only A has not paid. And he was holding 2,000 shares. So 2,000 into allotment value is 4. 2,000 into 4, 8,000. So far as first and final call is concerned, in this case, both the shareholder has not paid the final call. So 2,000 shares plus 1,200 shares, it becomes 3,200 and final call value is 3. So 3,200 into 3, 9,600. In this way you have to pass entry for forfeiture. Now, after forfeiting these shares, 2,000 and 1,200, these shares are reissued at rupees 7. Means less than the face value. Face value is 10. That's why entry becomes like this. Bank account debit, share, forfeited account debit to share capital account. Now how many shares are reissued by company? 3,200 and what value? 7. It becomes 0, 0, 7 to the 14, carry 1, 21, 22,400. Now, share forfeit account debit. Here we have to show discount value. So 3,200 on 3,200 shares. Discount value is company reissuing at 7 and face value of share is 10. Share of 10 rupees is selling at 7. It means they are giving or allowing discount of 3 rupees. It becomes 9,600. 9,600. 3 to the 6, 3 to the 9, correct. And then total of this can be shown in front of capital account. 22, 31, 32,000. And along with reissue entry, one more entry we have to pass, that is share forfeited account debit. Share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. To capital reserve. Now here we have to show what is the forfeited amount here. 14,400, this is profit. But in case of reissue, forfeited amount is 9,600, this is loss. So profit is 14,400 and loss is 9,600. This is profit, this is loss. So net profit is 14 minus 6, 8, 13 minus 9, 4,800. 4,800 is the capital reserve. 4,800. This is simple question because whatever number of shares are forfeited means 3,200 shares are forfeited. Same number of shares are reissued 3,200. That's why there is no problem in calculating capital reserve. Directly we have to deduct 9,600 from 14,400. We will get answer 4,800. 14,400 minus 9,600. From this forfeited account we have to deduct this forfeited account. Forfeited. We will get answer for capital reserve. If shares are reissued, forfeited 3,200, and if shares are reissued less than forfeited shares, then complication arises. We will do later on. But right now, whatever number of shares are forfeited by the company, same number of shares are reissued by the company. That's why there is no problem in calculating capital reserve. Directly we have to deduct this forfeited account from this forfeited account. In this way, we have to do forfeiture entry and reissue entry. In next lecture, we will do forfeiture of shares regarding premium. When premium is given in the question. Till then, goodbye.